The story follows Alex, a quiet, underestimated woman attending her sister Hannah's corporate promotion party. While her family and Hannah look down on her for her unstable freelance tech work, Alex secretly owns Prism Analytics, a billion-dollar tech company about to be acquired for $3.2 billion. As the night unfolds, Hannah brags publicly and mocks Alex, unaware that her own company's future depends on Prism. The next morning, the acquisition news breaks. Alex becomes a billionaire, while Hannah loses her VP job. The story ends with a painful confrontation between the sisters, one destroyed by arrogance, the other vindicated but hollow inside. Alex attends her sister Hannah's rooftop promotion party. We learn the family idolizes Hannah and dismisses Alex as a freelancer. Hannah publicly humiliates Alex, mocking her career in front of corporate guests. Alex hides her true success as the CEO of Prism Analytics. The next morning, the acquisition is announced. Alex becomes a billionaire, and Hannah's company loses its crucial contract. Hannah is fired, devastated, and confronts Alex. Their conversation reveals years of resentment and emotional distance. Alex gains vindication but loses the moral high ground and emotional peace. The public humiliation scene, Hannah mocking Alex at the party. The text reveal that Alex is secretly the billionaire CEO. The silent moment of power reversal when Hannah's company's downfall is implied. The final phone call, Hannah in tears, Alex cold but justified. The emotional theme of validation versus invisibility, Alex's quiet power versus Hannah's loud ego. Female power reversal, underdog versus arrogant sibling. Hidden billionaire twist, perfect for short-form storytelling. Relatable family dynamics, comparison, judgment, underestimation. Cinematic tension, luxury party, social contrast, emotional revenge. Moral ambiguity, Alex wins materially but not emotionally. Dialogue repetition, some scenes over-explain power imbalance. Exposition-heavy sections, too much business jargon mid-story. Emotional closure is rushed, final confrontation could use more rawness. Lack of sensory detail, could enhance cinematic immersion. Missing introspection, Alex's internal conflict needs more emotional grounding. Open with a cinematic hook, an image that symbolizes Alex's invisibility. Add internal narration showing her restraint, bitterness, and intellect. Sharpen the party scene with subtle class and emotional microaggressions. Make the reveal moment quieter but more powerful, less exposition, more emotional irony. End with a poetic, bittersweet reflection rather than pure vengeance. Women aged 25 to 45 in corporate or creative fields. Viewers who enjoy success revenge, emotional family drama, and quiet empowerment. Perfect for short films, YouTube reels, or TikTok storytelling, emotionally viral content. Now, based on this analysis, I'll begin rewriting the entire story in 6 sections, each 500 words, cinematic, emotionally deep, and structured like a short film. The rooftop pulsed with glass and laughter, an empire built on applause. Hannah's empire. String lights glowed above the city skyline, soft gold halos reflecting off champagne flutes. Executives in navy suits and silver watches hovered around her like satellites orbiting a brighter star. I stood by the bar, holding a club soda that had long gone flat, watching my sister sparkle like she'd been born for attention. "Smile, Alex," Mom whispered beside me. "It's Hannah's big night." I smiled, but it felt like borrowing someone else's expression. The mic screeched slightly as Hannah tapped her glass. "Thank you, everyone. This means the world to me." She radiated charm, a chin high, voice practiced, posture perfect. 5 years of late nights, strategy decks, endless client calls, and finally, VP of Marketing at TechVision Media. Not bad for 34, huh? The crowd roared. She deserved the applause, at least, that's what everyone believed. When her boss praised her numbers, Hannah laughed modestly, but her eyes flicked toward me. That's when I knew I was next on her speech agenda. And my sister Alex is here tonight, she announced. She's doing something with tech. Freelance coding, maybe? Honestly, we're never sure. Laughter rippled like glass breaking. Someone near the buffet asked, "Does it pay the bills?" Hannah smirked. "We hope so. She's figuring it out." The words landed lightly in the air, but their weight settled squarely on my chest. I checked my phone. One new message: CFO, acquisition documents filed. Media embargo lifts at 9 a.m. Congratulations, boss. My hand trembled slightly as I set the phone down. Hannah was still basking in applause. I was still invisible, just how I liked it. Mom appeared, camera in hand. "Let's take a photo of you girls." We posed, her arm draped around me like a trophy she didn't know she'd lost. I smiled again. And in that flash, something clicked, not in the camera, but in me. Tomorrow morning, the world would know what she never cared to ask. The rooftop air smelled like champagne and superiority. "Try to mingle," Hannah hissed when her boss walked away. "You're standing like a wallflower. These are real business people, Alex. Executives, directors, you could learn something." "I'm fine observing," I said. "That's your problem." She softened slightly, the way people do when they're being cruel but think they're kind. "Martin mentioned there's an opening in IT support. It's entry level, but it's something. Real benefits, real job security." I swallowed a laugh. "Thanks, but I'm good." "You're 36, Alex. You can't keep freelancing forever. It's embarrassing." Mom and Dad worry. They didn't worry. They pitted. There's a difference. Dad arrived, tie loosened, eyes proud, for Hannah. "Maybe your sister can give you career advice. She's figured out the game." "Everyone needs advice," he added, when I stayed silent. I'd built an empire from a 12-inch laptop screen, and yet in this family, I was still the failure. Hannah's colleague Jessica approached, perfume sharp. "Hannah, Martin says you're being considered for SVP next year." "That's huge." Hannah glowed. "That's the plan. SVP by 37, sweet by 40. Real career growth." Her tone held that familiar edge, real, unlike mine. I sipped my drink and asked, casually, "What's TechVision's annual revenue?" She blinked. $180 million, give or take. "What's your budget?" $12 million. I nodded. "That's real responsibility." She preened, missing the irony entirely. From across the bar, her boss Martin waved. "Photos, Hannah." "Duty calls," she said, brushing imaginary dust from her sleeve. As she walked away, Mom beamed. "I'm so proud of her. She's doing everything right." And I smiled, not at her, but at the irony that tomorrow, Hannah's everything right would crumble under the weight of what she never saw coming. By 9:20 p.m., the rooftop hummed with music and ambition. Everyone was chasing someone else's approval. Everyone but me. Hannah returned, cheeks flushed. The entire exec team wanted photos with me. That's influence, Alex. Recognition. Advancement. She leaned in. "You should be taking notes." I smiled faintly. "I'm happy for you." "You should be. This is what success looks like." Success looked like a borrowed confidence and a rented rooftop. She boasted about TechVision's latest project, a new AI-driven marketing system. "We're partnering with Prism Analytics," she said proudly. "Game-changing stuff." The ice in my glass clinked. Prism Analytics? Yes. They're revolutionizing the industry. We're their biggest client. And rumor has it they're getting acquired by some giant tomorrow. I bit back a smile. You don't say. She grinned. It's the future. She checked her phone, distracted. Martin needs me again. Try to have fun, okay? When she left, I let the truth surface in the quiet corners of my mind. Prism Analytics. My company. The same one she used to call my coding hobby. The one that had just sold for $3.2 billion. For a moment, I almost pitied her. Almost. Then my phone buzzed, head of communications, Forbes confirmation in. You're number 47. Article drops at 9 a.m. I smiled into the city lights. Let her have her night. Tomorrow belonged to me. Dad found me again, concern replacing pride. Alex, look at your sister. She worked hard, climbed the ladder. You could too if you stopped this illusion. Illusion. The word stung. Show me proof, he said. I opened my phone, heart calm. Here. He squinted. What's this? SEC filing. Summit Technologies acquiring Prism Analytics for $3.2 billion. He frowned. So? I'm the founder. His jaw went slack. You, what? Founder and CEO. I own 68%. That's $2.2 billion in equity. The city noise dulled to a heartbeat. Dad's face went pale. This is real. It goes public at 9 a.m. Forbes runs the feature. He stared at me like I was someone he'd never met. Maybe he was right. Maybe I wasn't his invisible daughter anymore, just a stranger who'd built a world outside his comprehension. Across the rooftop, Hannah laughed, radiant and oblivious. I checked my watch. 9:25 p.m. less than 12 hours until everything she believed about me, and herself, shattered. When the sun rose, so did my name. Every screen, every feed, every network, Summit Technologies acquires Prism Analytics for $3.2 billion. Founder Alexandra Chin, youngest female billionaire in tech. My phone flooded. Calls from investors, journalists, and then, family. I ignored them all until Hannah's name flashed across my screen again and again. Finally, I answered. Her voice was ragged. You destroyed me. Hannah, Martin fired me. He said TechVision's partnership with Prism is terminated. That our whole strategy depended on your company. You didn't lose everything, I said quietly. Just a job. That job was everything. Her voice broke. My reputation, my career, gone because of you. Because of your assumptions, I said. 9 years ago, I told you I was starting something. You laughed. You never asked again. You let me celebrate, she whispered, shaking. You stood there knowing I'd lose everything in the morning. I let you have one last night, I said softly. One last night believing you'd won. Her silence cut deeper than any insult she'd ever thrown. You were supposed to protect me, she finally said. You were supposed to believe in me. Then the line went dead. The city glimmered beneath my window, sunlight spilling across the skyline like a crown I never wanted. News anchors still said my name. Investors called me a visionary. My family, silent. I stared at my reflection in the glass. Billionaire. Founder. Sister. Titles felt hollow when spoken in the echo of disappointment. I scrolled to the last unread message. Hannah, I'm sorry. I didn't know if she meant it, or if she finally saw me. Outside, a notification pinged, Forbes feature live. The headline read, The Invisible Founder Who Redefined Success. For the first time, I smiled, not from vindication, but release. Because sometimes silence isn't weakness. It's strategy. And sometimes the quiet one isn't behind, she's simply ahead of schedule.